I call treasure. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Trail camp? Let's go see. It's a humble hilly trail camp. Oh, these hilly trails look like they're in pretty bad shape too. Is this what Halfdan wanted to show us?
Whether it is or not, everything here is worth investigating in detail. Inspect the area. Leave no stone unturned.
These hilly trails have no life left in them at all. The hilly trails we meet in the wild are always so rowdy. Paimon never would have imagined that this is how they spend their final... We may not have a whole lot of happy memories dealing with hilly trails, but still... usually store food in crates like these, right? But these seem pretty much empty. Is it because they're so near to the end that they don't... even if they don't need to eat it... There's even a bonfire here, like what hilly trails build in the wild. Wait, but wasn't Dane saying that hilly trails... Maybe, in the very, very end. How did that flower get this far underground? Did someone bring it in memory of the deceased hilichurls? Hey, now that you mention it...
It is the national flower of Kanria, the Intivat. It once bloomed. It would only last 2 weeks before wilting. But if you were to pluck one and take it out of Kanria, the petals would stop growing and turn hard. Only when it finally returned to its home soil would the petals grow soft once more. And so the Intivat is a symbol for a wanderer far from home, signifying...
So for this flower to get here...
Your Highness, so the proposal finally has your blessing?
In focusing single-mindedly on confronting the heavenly principles, we neglected our original mission. I should not have been so indecisive.
The device is almost ready. We await your command.
What are the chances of succeeding?
Theoretically speaking, approximately...
Forget it. Even a 1% chance is enough. For too long have we dwelt in the abyss. Surely they would rather return to the natural cycle of life and death as soon as possible than continue. It cannot be made to continue paying the price.
The Order is most fortunate to be graced with your decision.
Ether!
You saw something, didn't you? Can you tell me what it was?
Yeah, you zoned...
Huh. Well, people do say that twins have a special connection. It sounds as if they are attempting to make use of certain equipment to cleanse the curse. It could well be the and you say he mentioned the revival of the homeland, correct? No surprise there. Stubborn as ever. It appears as if the Abyss Order plans to use this location to cleanse the hilichurls of their curse. After all, there can be no nation without a people. It is the height of foolishness. They have no chance of success, not even a 1% chance. I told you already that no one knows this curse better than I, having lived with it for 500 years. Trying to remove it by force will achieve nothing but to inflict further suffering. So make sure you are clear in your mind. You have to tell yourself, they are no longer human. If you cling to false hope and allow yourself to become too emotionally invested, the only way is down. Save your strength for something worth saving. Oh? But of course, I am merely someone you hired for a task. Well, it is only natural for you to side with him. But whatever decision you make cannot deter me from mine. My chosen path is to stop the Abyss. If we have reached an impasse, then perhaps... I see. It seems that the 3 questions I put to you on our first meeting were worthwhile. You have developed your own very well. Since you have volunteered your true thoughts on this matter, I shall... Right now, I have a more immediate agenda than stopping the Abyss. That is to say, the Abyss's actions here directly dishonor the final wishes of Halfdan and my other compatriots. I cannot allow this to proceed. The abyss may appear at any moment. Beyond...
Pesado essa história, hein? Tenebroso.
We can see the Upside Down City from here, too.
Wait, watch out!
What's going on?
The mutation is continuing. Has the abyss made its move already?
Game Smith, I see your incessant meddling continues. Regrettably, I was not in time to control your exit from the network, and it sent you here of all places. This was a catastrophic error.
Cara, minha perna aqui, tá doendo minha perna.
I am surprised that you dare to face me. You...
Our Highness's will must be done. All interference this time. The curse that torment...
You are the only ones who told... There is nothing else left.
Say what you wish. I am going nowhere, Dainsleif.
Then you will give your life just to delay the inevitable. How absurd. But since you... You really think you can use that device beneath the pool to cleanse this curse?
Do not underestimate the waves of the abyss. That device cannot supply the cleansing effects of the water not tenfold, but 100-fold.
Then I overestimated you. This plan is even cruder than I thought. Be sanctified.
Is futile. The end.
I'm going in!
Like this?
The end will come.
Everybody stand back!
Essa minha perna tá doendo.
Off we go! Out of the way! Adventure time! Let's light it up! I'm going in!
Burn!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Shall rise.
You've been hunting this abyss hero for ages! Now you finally...
There's no time to celebrate. The Abyss Order's device is activating, but there's still time to destroy it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Seis.
Look, the amplification device. Am I too late? They're in agony. This is no way for them to meet their end. Find a way to stop that thing. Halfdan, don't do it! I thought he would have been turned to ashes in an instant. Halfdan's soul is extraordinarily resilient.
Meddling fool! Encumber us no more!
Don't you have a greater encumbrance to worry about? Come on.
Daisy!
Take him out and deactivate the device.
Behold, the abyss has come.
Freeze! This moment will be frozen.
Silence! The tides beckon.
Let's light it up! Going in!
Burn it, Diz.
Peace be with you.
Cool it!
In the name of
Bow
the
your
truth,
head. An oversight on my part.
the power of revelation. Grace be upon you.
Silence!
Hear ye the words of joy.
Off we go! Let's light it up!
Hear ye the words of joy. Grace be upon you.
Freeze!
The power of revelation. The truth shall set you
That's gonna hurt in the morning! Let's light it up!
Hear
Everybody
ye
stand back!
the words of joy. The door is opened
What do we do now? The Abyss Lecter's gone, but the development... Halfdan...
No. As long as the device is active, the cursed are rendered powerless. Only you can take on the Abyss. If you value his sacrifice, then do not waste any more time here. See all these rays of light and portals? They must have installed several of these energy devices in various...
So, we have to go through these abyss portals?
Tem que apertar nisso.
Adventure!
You pay for that.
Settle down. Bow your head.
The Hilichurls are really suffering. Wait! Dang!
Wow, pessoal.
This must be unbearable for you too, right?
Never mind that.
Seria legal se tivesse um tempo aqui. Vai ser mais imersivo, vai ser difícil.
Teamwork is everyone!
Retribution! Be sanctified.
Quick! Destroy the devices and put an end to the Hilichurl suffering!
Settle down. Verdict is... Bow your head.
Wait, everybody, stand back!
Damn you!
Don't get frostbite.
Let's light it up!
Settle down. The tides beckon. Bow your head.
Okay, it's gone dark all around now. Shall we head back to the room in the center? So, that's it, right? The device is fully shut down now?
The burning sensation has indeed stopped.
So, we managed to stop the Abyss Order's plan?
Let me check.
Dane must be really upset. Of all the ways to be reunited with one of his former comrades after so long.
Let's go. Light.
Apologies, Captain Dainsliff, Twilight Sword. Back then, I failed you, and failed to protect our people.
No. For 500 years, you have faithfully done your duty. To this day, I am proud of you all.
Conria didn't fall, did it? Since you're still here.
Correct. So, no need to revive the homeland.
Bom.
That was Halfdan's soul.
More than one kind of strange power exists here. Souls are no strange sight under the circumstance. Still, if you intend to venture deeper in and continue your investigation, you ought to be careful.
You bet. We'll be super careful. Oh, but
That device took a severe toll on me. It will take me some time to recover.
oh, right. Well, actually, Bime, you've earned a good rest, Dane. Oh, you should take a vacation.
Vacation?
Vacation?
The very notion. This word has no business being in my vocabulary. There are more important things that demand my attention. The loom of... And I suspect that these amplification devices are connected to that plan. Thank you for understanding. I only hope that next time we meet, you know whose side you're on.
Sheesh. He sure knows how to hold a grudge. Saving that, well, shame that we didn't get to see your brother again. But at least we learned some useful info. As long as you keep pressing on with your journey, you guys will definitely meet again. And everything will be back to normal. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. The real reason we came here was to investigate what was going on with the Hilichurls, wasn't it? We've probably seen enough to report back to the miner now. But, how are we going... we'll figure it out. Just don't forget about the commission when we're done here.
É muito legal essa missão. Deixa eu ir até a próxima. Vai pra lá. Aí embaixo. Ué. Entendi, não. Que doideira. Eu tinha que vir daqui.
Now that we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be this. But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet, but Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to. Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead!
Uhum. Do nada vem uma tiazinha.
Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there! We're not from around here and see. Huh?
Cagou.
Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
Vai falar, esse povo é doente.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Oh, wait! Could she be ignoring us? How dare she?
Será que tem alguma razão?
Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for direction. Come on, let's
Paciência
follow
não,
her.
Pena.
Just
Pegar de
keep quiet.
porrada.
Make sure she doesn't notice us.
Ah.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. What?
Eu quero também.
Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something. But, look, she's sitting over there. What should we do now? Do we try ask?
Vamos lá
Alright then.
perturbar.
It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Even. Oh. What a lovely smell.
Quer comer, né?
It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all. Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
Pronto.
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on.
E do nada aí Brasil. Que bonito. Acho que aquilo lá era drogas, né? Vai deixar ela viajando assim.
wrong? Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's
Tem
absolutely
que ser uma
nothing to worry
pessoa
about.
educada.
Oh, are you awake now?
Uhum.
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic. This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here. Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything really.
A
By
voz
the way,
bonitinha ela tem.
how are you feeling now?
A
Any
dubladora
discomfort?
dela eu gostei. A voz bonitinha. Combinou com a personagem.
Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
Traz a sopa pra nós.
Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. I'll get it for you once I am finished here.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidia Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board, but if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But... So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Uhum.
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He's chief.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, it is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training in meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use in hopes of asking directions. You two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneal I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences, or did you see anything while unconscious?
Eu vi a Yggdrasil.
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room, and I'll bunk with Amir.
Yes, Master Tainari. Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell...
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer and can...
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Pronto.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, the rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you, for now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. Good. Now, continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having
Mostra
problems
agora,
left
tá cheio
and
de
right.
problema.
Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you, hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
Eu não sei.
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right?
Eu não sei não, hein? Eu não boto a mão no fogo com ninguém.
Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore.
Sei lá.
What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly.
Isso,
We
ela
can
é
ask
gente
her
boa.
tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
I jinxed it. Now it's bound to rain.
Yesterday, a total of 5 buzzwords.
Tá falando em yesterday, na tradução parece 5.
Alright, next let's see your right hand. Not bad. But please remember that you still need to...
Yes, I will. By the way, Master.
Look, Kale. Today's patrol will be a long one, so...
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to... Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
O lançador não ligou, velho. Meu Deus do céu.
Yeah! Since we'll be staying here for now, we thought
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Got it! I'll be right there. All right. We'll be heading...
Yes, you can come. So, Kale, what exactly? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps, as we... Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't. Oh?
Mamão com
I guess I'll leave it
açúcar.
up to you then. There's Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Esse tal de Rukkhadevata aí é algum personagem jogável?
Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Ah, é uma antiga.
Uh-huh.
Então.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity. The sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali. Uh-huh. Then what happened? Well, then that... Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from... Yeah, I'm from... Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Because you two know Amber, right? Wait, Amber? You mean... Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. Sorry. Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but... Sorry. I was rambling on. It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber, so how do you know that we've met Amber? Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, so that's how you knew. Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time. That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them. Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. So don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a step. You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect.
Ué, ia amassando o negócio da estátua, agora vai pra floresta, que doideira.
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Não sei.
You might be right. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Nice work. That's one clean statue. Let's head down and...
Rapidinho.
Welcome back. You must be tired after all that climbing. Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey,
Passando
don't
fome.
be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show. I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope
Pita.
you'll like them. Whoops. No, not to worry.
Pô,
I
Coelho,
wrapped a
tem
few
mão de
layers of
alface.
oiled paper around each pita. They
Mão de
should be
alface,
fine.
né? Tudo que pega cai. Não é à toa que tá no. Não é à toa que tá na região de folhas aí, ó. Mão de alface. Pegou na mão, caiu.
Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted. You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
Pães pita.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have
Acho que a
clumsy
Pema
moments
tá
too.
forçando um pouco a barra. Tá chamando ela toda hora de confiável, não sei o que.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time. So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission.
Do nada a Pema me lança uma dessa.
Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments. No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. But Master is actually very kind and— Oh,
Entendi.
by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called— well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy if Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. Every day he helps the locals of the forest and passes on his extensive knowledge to trainees like me. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets. Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here. Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling. Why, oh why? Is she going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Tadinha. Ah, desespero.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuine. Hey! Now even Kale's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this. It's time for some Paimonial wrath! No! Don't touch me! Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you. didn't mean that. Kale, are you okay? What's the matter? No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too. Huh?
Bom,
What
Pita.
was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a
Parece ser
hurry all of a
gostoso.
sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
Adventure time.
Sim, das outras histórias que eu não tive vontade nenhuma de
Traveler,
ler,
you've returned.
essa tá sendo muito legal. Desde da mina lá até agora tá sendo muito interessante. Gostei demais.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk.
É o quê? Azul.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale.
Não é que era aqui mesmo?
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Kainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
Que doideira.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No, no need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now.
Tadinha.
It must...
So, Kainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep.
Clima tenso.
Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
O que tá acontecendo com ela?
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we?
Justo.
To be honest, I hadn't realized you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds and... So just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
Tadinha.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes. It's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body.
Caramba.
At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on affected areas of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigue. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively...
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage.
Caramba, hein?
However, nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you already are familiar with them. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the... However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel...
Oh, Paimon had no idea.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to... Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Caramba, então era isso que você falou, que ela era doente, mas era real. Eu achei que você tava falando, tipo, brincando.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led her to break down this time. Though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here and she was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that her stamina has gotten much worse recently, though a moderate amount of physical exercise... Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for...
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help...
Alright, but I must warn you two, the rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering.
Eu sou o perigo.
Problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilode Pala Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Hey, Tainari, where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilode Pala Lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilode Pala Lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species.
Mãozinha
Take the
dela
Cowpelata, for example.
cansada,
The
coitada.
plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, and is completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh.
Vou deixar pra lá, não vou nem
Okay,
bater em você. Não.
Note to Paimon.
Fica de
Never
boa.
bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Tá tancando mais que eu.
There should be Nilot Pala lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Alright, we've gathered enough Niwatwala lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me have a look. Good. Very good. I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on other things I need.
Caralho, hein?
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't... Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already... Can you
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting it.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with... There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru range. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to watch.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find it, but you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
Seems the rumors about you are true then. We typically only teach visitors how to
I'll ensure your safety.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there.
Huh? Where? Oh, look!
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're gonna have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we... Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Ih, tomei cá.
Settle down! Let the mighty be humbled!
Tô tomando dano. Não, que eu tenho que jogar aqui.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Time for retribution!
Silence!
Now! Destroy the tumor of the withering. Yes. Thanks to you two, we were able...
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but what?
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which withering zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that, if that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, this presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started...
Huh?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it Oh, by the way, have you heard of Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biome. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times. The Dendro Archon is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevada's familiars a long time ago, but even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for it. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Beleza. Boa noite. Acho que é isso. Fala o nick que nós adicionamos. Tô preso nessa história, eu não consigo parar. Deixa eu ver como faz.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of...
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back.
The Withering Zone you reported has been taken care of. Huh? Wait, is that?
Tucano... tucano cocota, cotucano.
Oh no, Hypatia! This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following.
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes. Allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Sua não vai
But will
desmaiar
the
de novo,
Traveler
não.
be okay?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler. Take a So, how do you feel?
Nada de anormal dessa vez.
Huh? Really? Wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay this time?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew that, and if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described, that's correct. Those weren't hallucinations, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneal are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her, and she'll answer any questions you may have. No, I should be the one thanking you.
É, acho que tá bom por aqui. Fiz bastante coisa a missão. Gostei muito. Esse aqui eu tô acompanhando legal. Pão pita. Fiquei curioso em provar pão. Pão pita.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Deixa eu salvar. Eu vou dar uma de live race. Manara. Essa região que também transmite paz. Não. É isso.